I probably don't need to tell you. I think you can see the sort of wind speeds that we're experiencing here now, and if cameraman Rob can move the camera in these hand winds over to the Dee estuary, you can see that it's really filling up pretty well here, although you can also see that the spot that we're in is an area where there is no property. But this is just along the Dee estuary from Chester. And now we went into Chester this morning because there are flood warnings and severe flood warnings in this area, and there are properties alongside the River Dee there which could have been at risk. At the moment they look all right, but this is just now about now high tide. We're expecting the high water mark to reach its peak in the next few minutes, and it will stay at this mark for around the next 2 hours or so at over 6 metres. So at the moment the river has been contained, it is within its banks, there is no flooding here, it's extremely windy, and so people are coming down here in some number actually just to see that things are okay and that they don't need to worry about things elsewhere along this stretch of water.
These conditions were well forecast, Laura, so how much preparation has been done to try to mitigate the impact of it?
Yeah, people here are saying that they did have warnings in advance, and also I think, you know, we're in the era these days of social media. People are watching what's happening out for themselves using their own two eyes, but they've also overnight been able to keep track of things on Twitter and on other social media sites, and able to look at warnings as they're put into place. So people are saying here that they feel that they have had information, but obviously there's no substitute for looking for themselves. You can see if we move the camera around, there are people now coming down here to look on the bank, just to look at things as high water reaches its peak, to see how it's going. And as I say, down actually in the centre of Chester there, where there are businesses and houses right on the side of the river there, people with some anxiety I think will be watching now until this water goes down. And then the winds, well, I think officially this wind is supposed to be at about a speed of 6 or 7, I'm told. I've no way of telling you how accurate that is. It feels extremely blustery to us.